Like, I'm probably 15 hours into my aerial control, and I've already started seeing like a ton of results. Here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into some drop shot. So it's actually been a pretty long time since my last drop shot discussions video, but I just wanted to like talk through a couple of things, let you guys know like where I'm at, what I'm planning on doing. So for those of you that are rather more accustomed to like my in-person lifestyle, I am getting married on June 3rd. So my fiance and I have a trip planned to Orlando starting on June 13th through the 18th. We're going to be going to Universal Studios, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. And for like people that are going to be watching all my videos and stuff, I am going to do some pre-recording, get all of it edited on the channel and stuff. So you guys will actually probably get more consistent upload times, rather more consistent than what I've been doing. And you know, I really appreciate everyone who is a current subscriber to my channel. Like I feel like this is a lot of work, but I'm actually having quite a bit of fun doing it, and I would love to do it full time. You know, that's like ideally the goal. And then eventually I would probably end up getting an editor and stuff, because that takes up most of the time, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like I'm not going to run out of ideas to do on the channel. Like I'm very adaptive and everything. So like just talking a little bit about like the future of the channel, what to expect and whatnot. So I am going to be doing some pre-recording for my honeymoon, and then also probably end up having some type of a recording on my actual wedding day. So we have a videographer who is a like friend of my fiance, and he is actually going to be doing like pictures, some video and stuff, and then I'm going to try and incorporate that into like a summation or summarization of the wedding. So pretty excited about that, honestly. But as far as like Universal goes, I haven't been at Universal Studios since probably like 2002. This is going to show how old I am, but in 2002 I was in 2nd grade, so it's been quite a bit since I've been there. Harry Potter wasn't even a thing last time I went. I'm really excited to go. I really love roller coasters, and they just had that new Velasa coaster get launched, so super excited about that as well. But yeah, I mean, the next time, like, it's weird to think that like in 2 weeks, like literally 2 weeks tomorrow, I will be a married man. It's really, really weird, but honestly, it's been like one of the easiest decisions of my life. I give her a hard time all the time, but it really has been like a super easy decision for me to go ahead and choose her to be the wife. Like, she's awesome. But that's enough. Don't let her get a big head. She already has a pretty big head. But yeah, go ahead and let me know, like, if you guys like the content that I've been dropping on the channel. Like, I try to do, you know, maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3 Rocket League videos a week, and then try and mix in some programming stuff, since I do that as my everyday job. I do get a little burnt out on it a little bit, so I try not to like bring my work over into my hobby work, if you will. And so it is a little harder for me to like find times to dedicate to only doing like YouTube type programming videos. I do love programming, but lately I've been really working hard, and a lot of that has translated into me like getting done with the workday and like not wanting to be on my computer. Probably not a good sign, but I feel like that break that I'm having soon with my honeymoon and whatnot will be the break I need. I'm like very passionate about the work that I do, so I'm very excited for like the work that I've been doing on my like every single day job stuff. But that stuff like can get a little, it can get a little challenging. I definitely enjoy it still. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. So don't get me wrong there. But yeah, like having these videos that are purely based on like educational purposes and stuff, which is like what I'm trying to do on the channel mostly, is like help others learn. And that's not always super easy to do. So like I've been programming in Python specifically for probably 7 years now. And some of the stuff that has become like second nature to me might not be for everyone else. So trying to get this down to like a beginner level, again, is pretty tough. It's like its own little challenge. And oh no, my bad. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Guy's all butthurt. Butthurt in Dropshot. That's fantastic. Be the name of the that should be the name of the title of the video. Butthurt in Dropshot. What was I saying though? I like how I have like 800 points. He's like, what is saving me? Classic Rocket League behavior, right? Dunk him. Close. What a save. But yeah, so like the future of the channel and stuff, that's pretty much like what I have planned. I'm probably going to end up doing a ton of editing here very soon, and then getting everything all scheduled out. I typically like to do like a 2 o'clock-ish drop, but I know like some people like to have YouTube upload near the end of the day because, you know, it's like kind of like a distressor. It's just something to like turn your brain off and go ahead and watch a YouTube video and whatnot. So maybe 2 o'clock's not the right time for that. I'd love to hear you guys' like opinion of like what an ideal time would be. And then based on that, I can actually just start uploading at that time. Typically what I've been doing is like I work from about 5 till about 3:30 every single day. Not every single day, not Saturday and Sunday. But like during the work week, and then I go for my run, which for those of you that don't know, I am like a distance runner. So I run about an hour after work. And I mean, that really takes up a ton of time. So it's like, I don't know. I would ideally like to be editing tomorrow's video on a day. But currently it's kind of bled into me editing today's video on the day of, which really sucks. I don't want to get burnt out. I don't want to just like be uploading content just to upload content. So bear with me on that, but I'm going to go ahead and stop talking so that way we can jump into the next video. All right, so here for game 2, I think what I'm going to end up talking about now would be the release of that Doctor Strange 2. I'm a big Marvel guy, and I went and saw the movie, was very disappointed with it. I'm not going to spoil anything. I did a whole video on it on the channel. If you wanted a spoiler, then that's your video to go watch. But just felt like a little bit let down, honestly. I've been like a diehard Marvel fan and whatnot, but yeah, just kind of a letdown. Unfortunately, it sucks, but that's just kind of the state that we're in. My fear is that they no longer have Stan Lee to be operating like the controls at this point. And so what it's going to end up happening is you're going to get some guy who has a very drastically different vision of where they want the Marvel Studios to be headed. And then we could really get into some deep water because it's going to start to feel like just a different era. Maybe not a bad thing, but it's just different. And if you're going to do that, then please don't even try and like label it part of the Marvel like franchise, in my personal opinion. Let's just go ahead and do like a complete rebranding of a Stan Lee post time, and then maybe just start over. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching that entire thing all over again, but with a different guy directing the film. That actually would be kind of fun, honestly. I feel like since we are finally through all of the videos, and if you go back and you watch that first Avenger movie again, you're like, damn, I didn't realize that the graphics were like they're good, but like you can definitely tell that it just looks a little more fuzzy, if you will. Like it's definitely a clearer picture nowadays, and like watching Endgame compared to like the Avengers was drastically different. And I would love to like see what they could do on a different take, similar story maybe, but just different take, different ways of filming the scenes. Maybe certain things don't happen. For those of you that are Star Trek fans, they actually did like that whole thing where instead of Spock, you know, yeah, like instead of what's his name? Oh my God! Instead of Captain Kirk's dad like dying like he's supposed to do, or instead of Captain Kirk's dad, Jesus Christ, what am I trying to say? So, oh, that's actually pretty interesting. But Star Trek just like went ahead and they revamped the entire system based off of one event that did or did not happen. And so like that was really interesting to me. I thought that that was a cool take on how to basically tell the same stories over again, but now you kind of have a different perspective on the storyline. Some characters actually end up falling for one another that wouldn't in the normal series, and so on and so on. And so like I just feel like having that in a world where Stanley is no longer with us, you know, he did pass away like probably 2-3 years ago at this point now, but to just like slapping on that label of Marvel Studios is just, it doesn't feel the same. I'm reading into it a lot based off of one film, but that film was drastically different in my personal opinion. So I hope that it was just a bad production and that this Thor for what is it called, like Thunder and Love or something like that. I just hope that that is a better feel for how we interpret Marvel movies as we do today. And like there's really no way of like sugarcoating it. Super excited to watch that movie. I'm not a big Thor person, so I'm gonna try and not read too much into it. But that being said, man, I mean, it's a Marvel movie. Let's all be excited about everything at this point. We're living in some pretty obscure times, if you will. So can't really blame the like. I'm so shocked that of all the characters that they could have made this many movies on, they chose Thor. Thor has probably the least interesting storyline of the entire franchise. Captain America movies are pretty freaking slow too, but damn, Thor movies are tough to watch. I don't know why. My fiance actually likes the medieval aspect of it, if you will. That's kind of how it feels, honestly. It's like a little bit medieval. But to me, like, I watched Game of Thrones. I liked Game of Thrones. That's not like Thor at all, because, you know, it is still a PG-13 type of a movie. Game of Thrones is very much rated R. But it just, I don't know. It just feels like, how much more are you going to do with this? Like, we get it. It's Thor. Like, what else is there, you know? I think I have 1,000 points. Yeah, just casually. But like, you know, what else are you gonna do at this point? I thought that like how he was portrayed in Endgame was a pretty crude representation of how he is. I really hope that that's not how it was in the comic books. Didn't actually read them, so I can't tell you if that was true or not. But also on a similar vein, like, have any of you guys seen the new movie, The Batman? Holy shit, did Robert Pattinson like do such a good job. There's been pretty much mixed reviews on the entire thing. I've heard people say that, you know, Ben Affleck was a way better Batman, and then I've heard other people who are just like, nope, Robert Pattinson for sure. I think it really is going to be about removing your previous connotations of, or perceptions, if you will, about who the actor is playing them, and you just go solely based off of the fact of how they portrayed Batman, the character. And I really do think that Bruce Wayne is a little bit more of like that emo-y type of a dark character, and Ben Affleck just like played into it more as like a Richie Rich guy. And that's fine. It's an interpretation, so he's very much entitled to it. He's a very successful actor. But Robert Pattinson, we know from Twilight, we know from Harry Potter. He's been in a bunch of different movies playing a very similar type role. And I thought that he just played the orphan kid who kind of has like that darker side to him. Fantastic. He played so good. I thought that the movie was well done. It is like a little on the side of long, if you will, like, but I didn't feel like I was checking my watch, and I feel like that is a clear indication that the movie wasn't longer than it needed to be. So take that for what you will, but I thought that they did a fantastic job, man. Like, no complaints here on my end. Would love to see who you guys think is the best Batman. In my personal opinion, it's probably Christian Bale. The guy is ridiculously talented, and I thought that he played Batman the best, like, hands down. He was so good, and I don't know why that is, because he kind of did that voice that was a little like, okay, that's a little over the top, man. Like, probably not necessary. How many points? Oh my God. Like, probably not necessary to do something like that. But like, all things being considered, man, he was so damn good. All right, here for our final game. We have probably, everyone's about the same MMR, honestly. But for our last topic here, I want to talk about a future video that I have planned. I've been grinding really, really hard on my aerial control. So much so that I think I'm going to be filming a, well, I'm not filming. I'm already in the process of filming. It's taking a very long time because of the time. But so basically, it's going to be a video on similar vein of like how Thanovich did his, but it is a 100 hours of air dribble. This is like what our 100 hours of aerial control, and this is like what I've learned and how I got better. I feel like I'm kind of at like a state in Rocket League where if I don't continue to like train a certain mechanic or train certain things here and there, then I'm always going to be like at this skill. And I don't want that to be the case. Like, I want to be good on my own. I feel like sometimes I'm only good like when I'm partied up with people, and that's honestly not like a good thing. It's definitely an honest take on my skill. But like, I'm probably 15 hours into my aerial control, and I've already started seeing like a ton of results. Oh my God, that was insane. But I'm already starting to see like a ton of results, man. Like, I feel so much more confident in the air. I feel like I am able to go for certain balls that I normally wouldn't have, you know, like, I think my biggest struggle right now is just the decision making behind them. There's definitely just some times where I'm like, damn, you know, why did I wait so long? Or what did that guy see that made him go so fast? Like, why did he like immediately challenge? Sometimes they're just an idiot, and like, that's, you just have to chalk it up to whatever. But there's that many idiots, like not around this rank. There's definitely, because I'm on the cusp of GC lobbies, and not everyone in GC is fantastic. Okay, obviously, but not everyone's an idiot either. You know, so. I just felt like I'm making some decisions that aren't the best, honestly. And it was leading to a lot of times where I was getting beat. Like, I was just getting beat. They were better. And so that's not a good feeling to have, but it's a very honest take on the game. So basically what I've been doing is grinding Lethamir's rings map, grinding the rings by DMC, and then also doing this one, which I'll try and leave links to all of them below, but it's almost like a hoops map, if you will. Like, all of the goals are the hoops style, and you have to like air dribble and get it in. So like, it's teaching you about like air control, popping it up and controlling it, and just like all that. So watch me screw this up now that I talked about air. It's like, why? Guy had no reason to be up there. He's gonna bump me again, watch. But yeah, like, just simple plays like that, where it's like a pop once. Most of you guys don't even really think about those kind of plays. Me, like, I'm definitely still like in that ballpark era or area where I have to really think about how I'm gonna pop it, and that leads to like slower decision making and whatnot. So I'm hoping that this whole process helps quite a bit, and I think it will. Even if it doesn't translate to me ranking up per se, I just feel like it's one of those things that I have my mindset on, and I really want to complete it. It's going to take quite a bit of time, honestly, because like I said, I'm getting married, I'm going on honeymoon, I have work. Like, it just takes time to film a video like that, but it's worth it. It's going to be worth it. I've basically going to do, I'm going to have it like surmised into like 5 hours or 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 hours, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So that way you can see the progression as we go. And like I said, I'm already about 15 hours into it, so I have like 3-ish of the videos done already. Or not done. Like, I keep saying videos, but they're all going to be the same video. Like, I'm not going to release each one individually. But it's going to be like its own little section, be like, see, this is what I learned here. And like, now you can start to see it in my gameplay. This is what I learned here. And like, so on and so on. And so like, I've already been keeping track of all of my clips and everything. So really excited to share that with everyone. Hopefully you enjoy it and it gets translated very well. But that one's going to take probably as much time to edit as it will to record. Obviously kidding. But that's one thing I'm also trying to get better at too, is like editing, finding moments that I find enjoyable as a viewer and trying to incorporate them into my videos too. And what I noticed is that in a couple of my videos, unfortunately one of them was a spoiler video, but I feel like that one was probably my best video that I've ever uploaded on the channel. It just sucks because it's a spoiler video, so not everyone wants to watch it for obvious reasons. But let's score this. Oh, so close. But like, yeah, I'm trying to find ways to incorporate my personality into my editing style, if you will. I just feel like there's a lot of opportunity where I'm in a rush and I try to get the video edited, and then I just miss out on opportunities that I could like drop a funny GIF or, you know, maybe have like those moments to recollect on a funny situation or just like a serious situation. That'd be funny. And I just miss out on it because I just don't have time. But that's the problem that you're going to run into as a variety YouTuber who has to upload every single day. I don't have to. I think I missed my first day not uploading in probably a month or two. It was like last week. And I was just so burnt out from work. I was burnt out from uploading. I didn't have any content. And rather than like trying to just push it down your guys' throat, I decided with my better judgment to just hold off. Like, it's just not worth it. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video. It should shed a lot of light into like the man behind the camera, if you will. But that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you like today's content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, helps out a ton. So I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.